record. Introduce people, and then read off the 6 questions when you think we're done answering.
I gotta introduce the people?
No, like
what am I doing?
Like, please introduce yourself, and then we will introduce ourselves. Okay. Don't know why that was dramatic, but yeah, currently editing this week's college video, and that hair tie just fell on the floor. Anyways, I've noticed that 93% of you are not subscribed. Hit the subscribe button. It's free. And if you want, you could unsubscribe whenever. But like, if you're watching this video, you might as well subscribe and learn more information, like in this video about college and all this other things. And that's how I know you guys like this stuff, as I'm slowly losing my voice. Anyways, back to the video.
Please introduce yourself.
I'm B.
I'm Olivia.
Alright, that's a wrap.
Questions.
What was something you worried about going into college that turned out to be okay?
I worried about time management, and I still worry about time management because I'm really bad with it, and you're kind of on your own in college. So
It's like a trial and error process with time management. But what I was stressed about were the classes, but they turned out to be fine. Just read the syllabus and know what your teachers are expecting. And if you are struggling with something in one class, address it to the teacher.
alright, now I'm going to give you some real tips and information. So Olivia is very smart. She does her homework. She does it on time. You do all your things. Very good. You're like the 2%.
Expected student.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now for a normal student, that's not how it's going to go for you. Like, it's not going to be bad, but it's going to be very different. For the majority of people, you're going to have a really messed up sleep schedule. You're going to like, I forget even what the question was, but I'm just saying it's not like everything that was just said. Like, there's going to be ups and downs. It's definitely not like that for every person. It's not for me, because motivation is hard. Sleep is hard.
The first semester is definitely a struggle because you're just thrown into a new situation.
Oh, I also was going to say, she said something about trial and error with time management. You see, it's not always just trial, error. It's more like trial, error. And don't be upset if you can't find the right thing yet, because I haven't, and I still have no time management.
But you still get most of your stuff done, so.
I do. It's second semester, though, so if it takes more than a semester to adjust.
It's normal.
Yeah.
Because most likely you're in a new city, or if not, you're at least in a different environment. You're not used to probably living on campus with strangers at first, because no one really knows their first roommate unless you came from the same town. So
What should you actually write in your college application essay?
It's so common to write a sob story, but it's like 50-50 if they let you know it's a sob story. I say, like, something actually meaningful and something that shows you as a person.
I say write something where in a way you become the underdog, or yeah. So I wrote how I didn't really like English at first, or like reading in general, but then during middle school I got a good teacher and all of a sudden I started to fall in love with it. Alright, so for another thing related to the essay question, you could write about an individual who has helped you become who you are today. This could be a sibling, a parent, a teacher, someone you looked up to in your childhood. So like, I could talk, if I were to write a college essay again for when applying to college, I could write about my brother and how having him as a little sibling and being the older sibling, I learned to take on responsibility quicker, which helped me to be more on top of my homework at times, because I wanted my brother to have a good role model as well as someone he could trust. So I made sure to be really honest with him when I can. Or I could write about my mom and learning about her story and her upbringing and how that inspires me to be a better person. Or I could talk about my dad and go down the same route, how I learned from his childhood, the lessons he had from his own experiences related to my own, and basically display how I am who I am based on the individuals in my life. So anyways, back to the video.
What's the hardest part of college?
Time management, motivation.
Relying on yourself to do your work, go to your classes, and stay healthy while trying to figure out everything else.
What's the easier part of college?
The classes aren't hard, it's just a lot of work and a lot to keep up with.
I would say walking to class is the easiest part.
Oh, what?
Walking.
Easiest part of what? Going to class?
Going to college.
Okay.
Just walking around.
What's the best part of college?
Freedom. You're more by yourself, you can do whatever.
That and just expanding your knowledge in a subject that you really want to focus on for the rest of your life.
However, would you ever change your major?
I like that there's a lot of diversity with my major, and there's a lot I can do with it, as well as my minor. I might change it, but I don't think I will.
I'm currently in psychology, and I wouldn't change my major, but I'm thinking about adding another one or a minor to it.
Thank you for your responses.
Do you remember the thing you were going to say, or no?
Okay, yes, okay. When should I just start? Go for it?
Just go for it. I'll edit it later.
Okay. I was gonna say something else, but then I forgot. You can, I'll get it in a minute. I'm thinking.
Because that's all the questions.
Oh,
So
okay, so you're just depending on me here?
if you don't want to say anything else, it's all good.
I do, I was trying to think of what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Oh, you said, maybe people aren't comfortable being in a new environment.
Mhm.
I would like to counter that. It's not always that. So I'm a little too comfortable here. Okay, I'm like, oh, classes. Like, I guess I could skip one or two. Like, I get too like. Not only will you maybe be uncomfortable, but there's gonna be a point where you get too comfortable and you just don't do anything. So you gotta be in the middle.
I think part of that, like the reason why people like don't go to some classes is because one, the teacher states there is an attendance policy, or they give you like 2 to like sometimes 5 days where you don't have to say anything. You could just, if you don't show up, you just don't show up. But
That
you
is
have
for
like
some classes.
2 or 5 like excused absences without having to give a reason. But then I also have teachers where it's like you need a doctor's note.
Mhm.
Or it will hurt your grade. So. My charger just fell on the floor as I jumped back on the bed after retrieving my hair tie that's severely broken. And this hair's not put together. Anyways, that's not the case. If you want to see college vlogs, please put that down in the description, and now get back to whatever is being shown right now.